guys, welcome back to my channel. To start off, I will be moisturizing my lips with the Vaseline Cocoa Butter Infused Vaseline. And I will be priming my face with Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer. I will be concealing my scars and any blemishes or redness that I may have using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Medium. And today for foundation, I will be using the Velvet Soft Matte Foundation by Maybelline in Natural Beige. Instead of my beauty blender, I will be using my stippling brush because I want more of a full coverage, and I'm just dabbing this all around my face, on my eyes, everywhere, and blending in that foundation on top of my concealer. And I am dabbing it on and not spreading it on because I do not want to mix up the concealer. I want the concealer to still conceal. I am highlighting under my eyes using the Maybelline Age Rewind, the same concealer in the shade Neutralizer. And if you're wondering what it is, those little spots of white in my hair, it's just some icing. I was baking a cake earlier. Next, I'll be setting my concealer using the Airspun Loose Powder, and then I'll be setting the rest of my foundation with the Fit Me Maybelline powder in the shade 120. To contour, I'll be using the Blush and Contour palette by Coastal Scents, and I'll be using the matte bronzer shade. Chiseling out my nose, but just a slight contour, just add a little bit of, I guess, definition. And don't mind my yellow nails. I've been trying to take a little nail polish break, so I'm just letting them breathe out at least for 2 days before I continue painting them again. And for today's eye look, I'm actually using all blushes. I have this e.l.f. blush palette. I believe it's in the shade Medium. It will be listed down below. So I take the first light pink shade and then I deepen it up a little bit with the second pink shade, which is just a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. Next, I'm going back into that Coastal Scents palette and taking the darkest blush color, and I am deepening up the crease using that shade. And I love this color. It's beautiful. It's very pink, but it has a little bit of cranberry-ish to it. And the reasons why I'm using blushes instead of my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette is because I didn't want the pink to be so intense. I wasn't ready for that yet. I'm already trying something different. I've never really used pink before. I haven't even really messed around with the pink ones in the palette, to be honest. I've stayed with the neutral shades, and this is the light pink that I kind of wanted to look. I'm taking this bone colored, it's kind of matte, but at the same time it has some kind of sheen to it, a little, very little shimmer to it. And I'm just highlighting my bone my brow bone, and just lightening up that lid because I really wanted to keep it light and prepare it for the next eyeshadow that will go on top of that. I'm not adding any extra color to my brush. I am just blending it out with a fluffy brush. And to deepen the crease up a bit, I am using the Modern Renaissance palette in the shade Red Ochre. I just really love this shade, how it made it pop a little more, but this is totally unnecessary. You can skip this step and just use the darkest blush shade that you have. Like for instance, the Coastal Scents darkest shade that I was using, I could have just deepened it up and blended out a little bit more with that shade. And then I go back and I take from the e.l.f. palette the lightest pink shade, and I'm just adding that back into the crease and trying to bring up the color just a little higher. What I love about this makeup look is how simple and how easy it is that we can just use any pink blush that you may have at home and it looks great. Like, it's super easy. And if you don't have the Modern Renaissance palette and didn't want to splurge and get that palette, you have tons of beautiful blushes that you can use into your crease and it will look just as pink and just as beautiful. For my lid, I'm just using a pink shimmery shade. It was from my BoxyCharm. I got it. It's called the Studio palette in the shade Cool Down, I believe. But I just added a little bit of setting spray from Gerard Cosmetics, and yeah, I really like this shade. It's shimmery and it looks a lot different in person, but just make sure you blend out the edges where the pink and the shimmery shade meet, and it'll give you that nice transition. And for under my eyes, I'm just smoking out the same shades that I put on top of my eyelids, the first 3 shades. And I went off camera and did my eyeliner. I used the Wet n Wild, and I also did my mascara using my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I'm taking that same brush that I blended out under my lash line, and I'm just cleaning it off and using the lightest shimmery shade in the palette to highlight my inner corners and under my brow. And for my waterline, I used the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Bronze. For lashes, I used the Trios by Kiss, and I used medium and short. So half of my eye had medium and the other half I used the short. If you would like a tutorial on how I apply these lashes, let me know down below. For blush, I am coincidentally not using any of the blushes that I put on my eyes, but I wanted to go a little bit more natural, and I used the Milani Berry Amore. Love that blush. And to highlight, I'm using the Vintage Highlighter Duo, and I got this in my BoxyCharm, but I will list that also down below. And it's a very like champagne-y golden color, and I really like this one because if you just put a little bit, it's a nice glow from within every day, but you can definitely, as you can see, build it up. And to set my makeup, I am using the same one that I use for my eyeshadow, which is the Gerard Cosmetics setting spray in the scent Lavender. And to line my lips, I am using the Ofra Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Cherry, because on top of it, I'm putting the Ofra's liquid lipstick in the shade Tuscany, but this one is more berry. It's a lot darker than what it really is, but with the pink beneath it, it just made it look so like mauve-y in the pink, and I really like that lip combination, especially for this look. And now to style off my hair, I'm just spraying water all throughout my hair, and to style it, actually to rehydrate it, I'm using the Garnier Buttercream Leave-In, and oh my goodness, this is amazing. That is all I have in my hair before restyling, and it just lasts so well, so long, my wash and go, and it just feels so soft and so hydrated. Definitely a must try. This is it for this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and have a happy Valentine's Day. Honestly, the only reason why I like this holiday is because of the chocolate. Until next time.